All right, good evening, y'all. This is Freddie, and that's Craig. As y'all probably know by now, we're into episode 11 after um, a streak-beating win from the Tigers this past week or last night. Um, Looked impressive, I thought, at certain times. But as we always start out, Craig, good to see you, man. How you
You
been
too.
this week?
Good week. Good week. Sold a couple of homes. Man, had the weekend off. Thank goodness, and got to enjoy some family time. Had the granddaughter with us all day Saturday, right up until game time. So
There you
life is
go.
good. How about you, brother?
Same, brother. It it was an interesting week. I I actually a few years ago I was looking forward to the the country music festival that we always go to, my wife and I, because Rodney Atkins, one of my favorite singers, one of my favorite country singers, was going to be there, and ended up getting sick that Friday night of the festival. He was going to be there. It was either Saturday or Sunday night. I can't remember exactly which day, but um, needless to say, I ended up in ICU down at one of the hospitals at the beach with my sugar messed up,
Yep.
and did not get to see him. So fast forward to this year, and about a month ago, I saw where he was going to be at the Township Auditorium. So I didn't think twice, Craig. I went ahead, got the tickets, and um, then realized, you know, oh crap, this is going to be the same day as the Florida State game, and I'm thinking to myself, well, there's a good possibility that Clemson will play them at 12 o'clock or 3:30, and I nope. Concert starts at 7. Game starts at 7. My wife was giving me evil looks throughout the concert as I was between sets looking at my the game through Hulu on my phone, and
Yep.
it's even funnier because there was a guy sitting beside me, and don't know these people from anywhere. I still don't even know where he was from. We didn't even get to exchange info, but he says, "What's the score?" I said, "It's 8-0," and I showed him my phone. He says, "You mean we got the lead?" I said, so it made me feel a little bit better. I'm sitting beside a Clemson fan. You know what I'm saying? In the
Yep.
Township Auditorium in Columbia. So
There you
you know, hence the reason I'm not wearing my normal Clemson, attire tonight.
go. Yep.
But it was a good week, to say the least. So, um, so
There you go.
tell me, what were you most impressed with from last night?
Scoring on the opening drive.
I
How about
look,
you?
I did not. I saw the touchdown. I did not see the 2-point conversion, and I'm like, how did I miss that?
Yeah.
That-
Look here, I'm gonna tell you, man, that was a good sustained drive. I can't remember 10, 11 plays, like 6, 7 minutes off the clock. Methodical. I mean, it was. Hey, it's what we're used to seeing.
yeah.
You know,
Well, and
drive
and
it down.
I like what Dabo said at the half. They were asking him, what do you need to see for your team to get, the momentum back? And I was completely in agreement with him. The offense came out and set the tone in the first half, and the defense needed to come out and set
Defense.
the tone in the second half, or to begin the second half. And I did not get to see the opening drive, but because I was listening to some country music at the time. And by the time I look back, we already had the ball back, and I'm like, wow, okay, so they must have done something. So yeah, I was impressed with the offense again. Still not as impressed with the defense as I was hoping to be. So
Yep.
you know,
Um,
um,
they look really good at times, and I'm not gonna say they look really bad at times. They didn't look as good at times, I guess. Still
well,
missing something. I just don't know what it is, but
well, for one thing, we still got a bunch of busted coverages, man. I mean,
too
that
many.
one, I'm sitting here thinking on third down and they go for a wheel route and the guy's standing there wide open and honestly he looked like our receivers from last year or nope, not last year, year before last. Um,
Yep.
I mean, this if he catches that, he's still running. I mean, they probably stop him somewhere around Florida State's campus.
Yep.
But thank goodness, and those have been the things that we haven't had go our way. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a busted coverage. I know that. I get that. It looked bad on our end, but at the same time, we've had things like that happen before in the past, and a pass get dropped or something like that. That has not seemed to have happened
Yep.
this year. Would you say I'm right or wrong?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So,
Tell you,
um,
but you know, anytime you win against a team like Florida State, no matter what the record is, it's a good win.
oh yeah. Well, especially um, I think I told you earlier this year that I had a really good buddy of mine, and matter of fact, his picture sits on my desk here at my in my office, and I keep looking at it, and I miss him. Man, I miss Petey some kind of bad.
Florida,
But here's the bright part. So y'all know I do have a Florida State hat. And thank the good Lord, I have only had to wear this hat for 1 week since back when we started, our wager. And like I told you before, Petey while alive never saw me wear that hat. So it
there you go.
it
I'm
was
glad you're not wearing
makes
it.
it even better. Yeah, I'm telling you, makes it even better, man. So, um, hey, winning makes everything feel better. I'll be the first to tell you, everything after that win yesterday felt better. You know, now at the same time, do we still have things we got to fix? Oh yeah, no doubts. And I've said it before, which you and I talked about it last week. I picked us to win. I did not pick us to win by the score we won. I figured they'd score more points. But,
Yeah.
I saw earlier today, which really it tells you just how impressive it was. All right, this was from the Clemson Sports Network earlier. They posted this. Um, Florida State came in averaging a nation leading 510.5 total yards and 40 points a game. Last night, they had 360 total yards and 10 points. That's
Yep.
impressive, man. And even as
Man.
bad as we have said that, the mistakes we made. I don't say as bad as we said because, um, you know. Now, what do you what do you think, or what do you think going forward? And now that you've seen I mean, our offense can score finally.
They
So,
score.
um, the question's going to be um, like this coming week against Louisville. What's the defense going to look like? So, what do you think?
Well, the defense. There's just, I mean, you don't find any type of consistency. You can see them go out for, two possessions and play looking like Clemson defense, and then the next
Yeah.
possession you're like, where did that come from? Busted play, busted coverages. Um,
Mhm.
I'm hoping. I know I've been somewhat negative. It's hard. It's hard to find a lot of positive when you're losing and you're not used to losing. Um,
Yep.
Now I've gone from each week saying, "Oh, we got this weekend," to saying, "I hope we win." So I hope our defense will feed off of what the offense is doing. The
Yeah.
offense hasn't been as consistent either. I mean, we had a lot of
Hmm.
Um, our
Ups and
punter
downs.
worked. Our punter worked a lot last night. Um,
Yep.
but
Our field goal
they still
kicker.
produced. But the offense still produced. They
That's right.
they
That's
they
right.
put points on the board. They moved the ball when they needed to. Um, I'm hoping that defense is going to feed off of what the
Yeah.
offense is doing and step up their game a little bit more. And there's a lot of good things on defense. I mean, I'm not talking down on them.
Oh, I know. I know.
They just aren't very consistent.
That's the key. And that's one of the things Dabo has always preached on is that we've got to be consistent. And you know that I mean he'll let you know in a heartbeat, that we've consistently been a top 10, or excuse me, a 10 win or a 9 win team, and that comes back to the only way you do that is to be consistent on defense.
That's
Um,
right.
this
Defense
game is
wins chips.
that there you go. Exactly right. You hit the nail on the head there. But you said that a minute ago about being a little negative because we're not used to losing. Um, I went to pick one of my driving school students up yesterday to drive her, and I had on my Clemson family T-shirt, and the daddy walked out, and all in fun. Okay, I want to make sure anybody that's listening to this or watching this knows that this was all in fun. He said, "Man, that shirt's not hitching you." I said, "Oh no, I feel as comfortable as I can be in this orange." He said, "Man, after this year," I said, "Look," "I got to admit, um, I know y'all are used to this, but I'm not, and it doesn't feel good to lose." And I said, "How do y'all cope?" He laughed. He said, "I can't really tell you everything." I was like, "Okay,"
I love it.
but it, it's losing is never fun. I don't care.
No,
It's the fun. Kate said it best yesterday, last night. The fun is in the winning, man. I mean,
yep.
that's what you do. I will say I was caught off guard in a good way. I was eh, I was taken a little bit when I saw the photo before they even did the article. Jason posted a photo yesterday afternoon, of the team surrounding DePaul in prayer, right after Tiger walked. And he did a wonderful article. I think it was him that did. Well, Clemson Insider did an article, and I'm thinking it was Jason's. That where they talked about what they had did and all what they had done and all that, and you
Right.
know that that should have been done before now, in my opinion. That's my
Yeah.
opinion, but
Well,
um,
I think it's a showing that the team um, is still together. They're still a team in spite of the adversity that they've all gone through. I mean, hey,
yeah,
you win as a team, you lose as a team too. And I think
that's right.
that was their way of for themselves, number one, to
Hmm.
show each other, hey, we love you, brother. We're doing,
Yep,
we're giving it to God.
that's
Play
right.
through this adversity. And I think it's also a way to show the fans. Um, I enjoyed seeing that.
I did too.
That's
I
unity,
did too.
team unity. Um,
Yeah.
and no matter, I know not everyone out there are believers in Christ, and
Hmm.
um, but it's good to see our whole football team out there circling that Paul,
Exactly right.
um, and giving God some glory in spite of the bad times. And
Hmm.
these dudes, man, we like me, I pout and I get down on them, and I don't mean that I don't love Clemson football, but man, at the end of the day, these dudes, they get up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, they work out, they go to class, they work out some more and practice, and man, they give you know their lives during
Year round.
college for football, and
Yep.
man, I don't think that us as fans really take that into that type of perspective from the players, what they give. So
Yeah.
man, So I'm saying that because I felt bad for, man, like last week. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We picked us to lose last week, but I'm gonna pick us to lose again, just so we'll win.
I understand. I get it.
You know,
And
but
that you're right. I mean, it is they do this year round. People think, well, football season's over. They get to do their school. They're doing this year round. All right. Let's don't and I don't want it to sound like I'm taking and trying to, how do I put this? All right. Yes, they're getting paid. They're getting paid a lot more money than you and I are. I get it. I understand that. But at the same time, um, you won't convince me that Antonio Williams doesn't that it doesn't hurt, like losing to Carolina. If he loses to
oh man,
Carolina this year, I
it
can
can.
promise you it's going to hurt him just as badly as it does you and I or anybody
Shoot, it's
else
gonna hurt.
because yep, I was about to
It
say that. So,
it hurts these
um,
worse to lose than
mhm,
we could ever imagine. I mean, they
that's right.
care. They
Yeah.
care.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
some things
All
are
right.
beyond control, but I just want to kind of go back to what you said about the circle at the Paul pregame.
Mhm.
That just showed, like I said, team unity. That we're in this together. We might fall down together, but it's going to be together. We might, win this football game together. We're going to do it together. We're going to give glory to God either way. And
Amen.
and you know
Amen.
what? I was happy to see that because
I was too.
that's a
I
team.
was too. All right, one of our top fans,
Me.
Jeff Aaron, chimed in. Um, Good evening to you too, buddy. And he's right. No turnovers for offense was a plus, and I didn't watch enough of it to know for sure whether there were or not. But he's probably right. I know Jeff. Jeff keeps up with it. Saying he watches the whole thing, so I know when he says he doesn't remember a critical offensive penalty. I believe he's right on that one. Um,
He is.
so,
He's right.
um, you know,
Uh,
uh,
Good point there, Jeff. You're absolutely right, Freddie.
mhm.
Good thing to see. They
Yeah,
Florida State had 2 turnovers. We had none, and
yep.
that is a big difference in the ball game. Now I think we
Oh
only
yeah,
got one field goal. I think we only got points off turnover once, but still, yeah. When you get a turnover, whether you score off of it or not, you're stopping their momentum. That's a
and I'm
momentum
gonna tell you,
shift.
I know I was watching from my phone, and you might have saw it a little bit different than I did, but I still believe that Khalil Barnes was in when he caught that interception at the goal line. I also still believe that
He,
that ball was trapped on the ground when that receiver was giving the
yeah,
touchdown.
they show these things in slow motion, and which is good. But in slow motion, you don't really see
Yeah.
how fast that ball pops out of there either.
Oh yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Uh, they I'm trying to think of. There was one I was watching yesterday afternoon, and when they showed it in live speed, even they had the guy on there that Fox and all those have these analysts now that they're former referees and stuff, and they give their opinions on all this, and even that guy said, when you showed it in live speed, it kind of looks like he did bobble it more than it did whenever it was in slow motion, and I'm
That's
like, yeah, you think.
right. Yeah,
So,
that's right.
um,
But yeah,
hey,
and he I think that's the play where he actually stepped on the Florida State player's leg, and
yeah,
that was a bang bang thing. It looked like
yep,
if the leg wasn't in the way, he would have had a toe tap in. The
yep,
announcers were trying to explain that the toe and then the heel is what kind of he
yeah,
was he was on the Florida State player's leg, his toe was, and then the heel hit on the line. But
hey,
hey, but you know what? Defense still played good in certain parts. I hated to give
yeah,
up a touchdown right before the half because that could have gotten us because Florida State got the ball the second half, but
yeah.
took them a while to
All
score.
All right. So what was your thought on the touchdown catch that they gave him?
Look here. No comment.
All right. I want to ask you that before I put Jeff's comment up here because I'm in agreement with him. But even the
But
announcer said, um, "Where's that? There we go." All right. Um, even the announcer said, he thought that he had help from the ground to catch the ball, and I'm like. You think? I mean, what was funny was, and see, like I said, now I was watching this from my phone, and that's the only time I put my headset in my ear. Between the set they were talking about it, saying I'm listening to the guys in the in the control room or whatever, because the ACC does that now, and I'm sitting there, and he's going. They never talked about it touching the ground. All they talked about was he had control of it. I guess so. If I land on top of the football on the ground, it's going to stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but yeah, I thought it was funny, and I agree with Jeff. I believe it was a trap. But
yeah,
you
I
know,
mean,
hey,
I,
here's the thing. Not
I
only the go ahead. I'm sorry.
no,
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was just gonna say. I mean, the refs hadn't been. And I hate to sound like one of those fans, but the refs have not been very nice to us.
Well, and
That's
Florida
one.
State fans don't think they've been nice to them. I don't know. I mean, supposedly it
You
was a
go back.
one-sided game.
Yep, you go back to that pass interference against Duke. I still, man, let those boys play. I mean, I don't want to go back on that tangent again, but man, when the game's on,
Well,
don't let a pass interference decide the game.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
not one that's questionable. That would
yeah,
be what I
because
would say. Any question? I mean, if you got to discuss it, then I don't think you got anything there.
well,
You know,
the thing is, I mean,
or
I
no?
didn't look, but the flag is always thrown to where the penalty or the foul was where the foul took place, and he threw it when Terrell got pushed down.
Yeah,
Now there was pushing and shoving before that. Yep, it sure was. That's when it should have been thrown. Why do you wait until he knocks our guy down and calls defensive pass interference? I mean, it just makes
yep,
and throws the flag right at him at that spot. So
yep,
if I'm
exactly,
not
man.
mistaken, where that flag was thrown, that's where the foul occurred. The
Hmm.
penalty occurred
Yep.
where the flag was thrown. Should have thrown it downfield. But anyway,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
the refs have not been very friendly with us, and I saw where Coach Sweeney got in trouble over him calling them out. So I ain't gonna get in trouble either.
Yeah. Well, hey, look here. I mean, look. I mean, the sad part is it's the difference in us being, having a better record, at being closer to being bowl eligible.
That's
And
right.
he agrees with us. Um,
Yep.
2
That's
weeks in
right,
a
man.
row.
Both.
He's right. Yeah. Because I didn't see it, but they said there was another one last night that was and there I was gonna go back to what he said a minute ago. Who knows what a catch is now? Who knows what pass interference is anymore, man? I mean, we're getting to a point where, and we've been saying this about quarterbacks already, but we're getting to a point, sadly, to where we are literally going to be playing two-hand touch, and
Oh,
everybody's worried about the NIL destroying this stuff, but as bad as I hate to say it, you know, it's not just going to be that. It's going to be, you can't touch a player here. You can't. I mean, man, look here. I know that this is a dangerous sport. I get that. I get the safety issue about it. But at the same time, you said it a minute ago. Let these guys play football. Uh, it's just that
let
simple.
them play, man. You can't.
So,
I just hate when a penalty decides the outcome of a game. Now, and there is cases, and don't take me wrong, where it's absolutely obvious, but
oh
and those
yeah,
have to be called.
oh
But man, sometimes, man, let them fight it out for the ball. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
man, it
yeah.
just sucks
Or
to. I mean,
or don't
I
get.
hate. Look here, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I hope nobody takes my Tiger card from me for this, but I think Florida State's kicker missed the first field goal, and the second one he made. I told my wife, I said, you know what? I said, I hope he makes this. It ain't gonna affect, it's not gonna make us lose the game. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
just for that kid's sake, man. Like, I hope he
I
makes this.
understand. I
You know,
understand.
I mean,
But and like you said, by that time the game was over. It's not,
yeah,
other than points or point spread, it wasn't going to affect us one way or the other.
yeah. It was
You know,
24-10.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And they had really not shown any. I mean, they had one good drive, and we both have talked about the end of that drive and how controversial that one was. So that will tell you something. You know,
Yeah,
um, I mean, hey, look here. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the win. It was thankful for the win. Um,
yep.
like I said, now we look forward to we've got we need 2 wins to become bowl eligible. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I
We got.
honestly feel like that we can win out. So
I think we can. I mean, hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna take it a step further. There's not one game we played this year that we could have that we lost that we could have won.
exactly.
There's not.
I,
And
I agree.
I hate. I'm not trying to sound like oh, we're one play away. I'm not saying that.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying that there's an opportunity to win every football game that we've lost this year. Um,
Hmm.
and this,
Yeah.
poor play
Poor
contributed to
coaching.
that. But you know what? Things are hopefully that worm's turning a little bit. We'll find out. We
Hmm.
got to go to Louisville Saturday. Excuse me,
Yeah.
Friday.
Friday.
Friday night.
Friday. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a quick
After
turnaround, but
Louisville
yeah,
suffered a loss to Cal.
exactly.
And
The Cal.
um, one thing I've seen that they're saying should help us out is their starting running back is out, and from the way it sounds, he may be done for the season,
Well,
he will be out for our game. So
I
um,
have a feeling that look here, Cade Klubnik. Look here, props to that young fellow. And I'm going to tell you
yep,
what, he he has stepped up big time. He's been
mhm,
his consistency for the last month or so has been incredible.
yeah,
But for him to get out there and fight to play the way he did, uh, we didn't know it. But after the game, Coach Sweeney said that he couldn't hardly walk all week. He
yeah.
still got up there, manned up. I'm sure he was taped up incredibly well and had a few shots. But hey, I'm worried about what we're going to be able to get out of him Friday night. And the reason I say that is because he's been playing so consistent. There's no
Yeah,
doubt Vizina can get in there and get the job done, but I mean,
yeah.
just got that better chance with the way Klubnik's been playing.
You want to see your starting quarterback
Oh yeah,
finish out the season. And your brother Michael shared this with you and I earlier, and it was on TigerNet. It was a tweet by Grayson Mann. Um, said that Cade Klubnik has played some great football since the start of October. He's gutted it out with injuries too. Here's some stats: 8 touchdowns, one interception, 4 straight games with a completion percentage of 70% or better. He's got a 3-1 record, and just think the one loss was a 45-point outing. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, you can't ask for much more.
that's
And
right.
all that on a bum ankle. Last night, like you said, I mean, he could barely walk by the time, he
That, yeah, as that game went on, you could start to see it.
yeah.
At the beginning of the game, I was looking at him. I'm like, dang, looks like he's taped up from his foot to his thigh.
Oh yeah.
Like, how's he gonna be? And look here, I was like, how is he gonna be able to move around? But
Yeah.
look, he was 20 for 27,
Yep.
20 for 27, 221 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions, average 8.2 yards per completed pass. Pretty strong. And
Yeah.
and since we're talking about some, I mean, and I want to just flip the script for a minute, go to defense just for a quick second. Sammy Brown had a great game. He's been playing. Look here, that one long touchdown pass against Duke a couple weeks. Look here, that was on Sammy. He came right by him and he was gone. That was a tight end, if I'm not mistaken. That was on Sammy. But just to see him put all that behind him, I mean, he had 9 tackles and a sack and 2 tackles for loss.
Oh yeah.
Sammy Brown.
And as you said there, Jess said he saw someone post that Friday will be the difference between 5-7 and 7-5, and I agree too. It feels that way to me as well. And then I had forgotten about this, and he's right. Just right. He went for over 100 yards against us last year. That can make a big difference, man.
Yep.
They're running back for Louisville.
Well,
you know,
that goes where we just need that consistent play from our defense because, we might stop them 2 possessions, but the next possession it was like, man, what the heck,
What do we do? Where are we? Are we supposed to be out here? What? We're supposed to be on the sidelines, guys. Y'all stand around. That's what it feels like at times. But hey,
crazy.
Yep. And if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, how I felt about Louisville, I've already told you I don't go into any game thinking we can lose or thinking we're going to lose. All right. Have I been shocked? Yeah. I mean, there've been a couple games this year that I've been shocked that I'm like, really, we lost that game? But I am realistic too, and I would have been the first to tell you that Louisville looked strong 2 weeks ago. Well, let's say 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, they beat Miami, right?
Yeah. And then I know they lost to Cal, and they lost to who's the other one they lost to? Let me look. Let's see.
Who, Louisville?
Yeah, Louisville.
I think they lost to Duke.
Might have.
Who was it? Well, while you're looking for that, I mean, I don't think we have to be able to beat. Let's see, we're sitting at what's our record? 4-5.
Yep.
We've got to beat Louisville, Carolina to be bowl eligible because Furman doesn't count.
No, Furman does count from my understanding.
They do count. Okay.
Furman does count. Yep. Yeah. All right. So they lost to Louisville. I mean, they lost to Virginia. They beat Miami, and lost to California. Yep. So, yeah. I mean, hey, they're beatable.
Oh yeah.
I honestly, truthfully, man, Cal. The Virginia game. When that happened, it didn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at where Virginia's at now. You know what I'm saying? But Cal's not good at all from what I've seen.
No,
so, and honestly, in years past, I would say, oh, they might have been looking past them to us, but why? Coming into Saturday, nobody was looking past us.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Now, I will tell you that they opened up as 3.5-point favorites at home. I think that's interesting to see that they're only getting 3.5 at home.
Well, I mean, you know what? Because in spite of the poor play, we're still Clemson. And I look here, the season is winding down. Can you believe it?
Man, it's hard to believe.
3 more games, and
yep.
I mean, I'm still waiting for that monster to wake up in that locker room. I mean, it might happen Friday night, and we might go on a tear here these next 3, hopefully 4 games. Who knows? But I mean, that's still respect. That's still respect for the program. That's why it spreads like that.
And I do want to touch on, or we want to touch on, Dabo Sweeney. Okay, I know you heard at the beginning of the week about rumors of him going to Auburn and all this kind of stuff, and um, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, just be straight up honest. I don't believe he would go to Auburn. Um, a, my cousin actually pointed out, it made a good point. That'd be the equivalent of leaving Clemson and going to Carolina, if you
Yeah.
think about it. Um, for a graduate of the university, okay.
Yeah.
I just don't see
Yeah.
any way possible that he's going to go to, um, you know,
Well, I'm
the
gonna
South Carolina.
take this. I'm gonna take it a
Hmm.
step further. I don't see him leaving Clemson.
No, well, and I may have told y'all. I know you, myself, and Michael have talked a good bit over the last little while. Nick Saban on College Game Day yesterday, they did what they some kind of spin the wheel type thing, and what they do is they tap a rod on the screen and look. I'm not sitting here and tell you that they're just randomly getting questions. I've got all ideas, and they know what the questions are before they pop up. Okay, but with that being said, Coach Saban's question was, who's been the bigger disappointment, Florida State or Clemson? And of course, and I agree with him 100%, Clemson's been the bigger disappointment this year. Clemson came in ranked in the top four, expected to make a run into playoffs, and so I get that part. What I thought was interesting was the next part of it. Um, they had Kirk Herbstreit asked him, said, well, Nick Saban said that he had talked to Dabo during the week, and they had talked about some things, and one of the things that I thought was interesting is something that you pointed on earlier about how do we finish out the season and how do we look going forward and adversity. And he said that Dabo told him that the one thing he wanted to look at going, for the remainder of the season was how his team handled this adversity because this has been some major adversity. And and he, at that point in time, Kirk Herbstreit asked him, so, well, let me ask you this. Dabo's been there for a long time. He's been there for a good while. All of these openings and all of this, do you think that Dabo would leave there and go somewhere else and start fresh? Or do you? He said Dabo never mentioned anything like that in my conversation with him. All
Hey,
Would talk about was, um, you know, his team finishing out strong and getting them to the finish line, and that to me, you know, you know, I know coaches say all the time, I'm all in here, and then at the end of the year they're gone. I just don't believe that's the case with this situation.
well, no, you know what? You're right, Freddie. I'm gonna say this. To me, that shows a lot of character by a coach because
Hmm.
at this point, I mean, we're playing for a bowl to be bowl eligible, and we're not no, we're non-factor for the ACC championship, and of course for the playoffs. And now it's about the players,
Yeah, yeah,
and
I
it's
agree.
and you know what? I'm not saying that he's conceded to losing any more games. I'm just saying that he realizes we're just playing to be bowl eligible and get a decent bowl game, but he's concerned about these kids making men out of them.
Yeah,
Horrible season, but I think I heard Nick Saban say this: "You coach long enough, you're gonna have a season like this."
yeah. Yeah. Well, and with that being said, yeah, everybody. I've had some people, fans that have said that, we don't need to go to a bowl game. We don't. I hope we don't get to a bowl. Well, here's the thing that you got to think about here. Or you got to think about here. Bowl
Hey,
games, no matter what the bowl game is, all right. Whether and sadly enough, the shorter the bowl, the shorter the time period between the bowl games, you're you have less of this to deal or help with. But any bowl game gives you an extra month, at least an extra month, to get your
hey,
team for next year ready.
yep,
So,
Freddie. There's a really loud buzz coming through.
All right, hold on one second. I'm gonna take these earpods out and see if it helps out. They were trying to tell me to close them.
And
All
just like
right.
that,
Yeah.
it's gone.
There we go.
It's
Well,
gone.
I'm trying to get this thing. One of the things that I was told last week was that my microphone or the mic on this iPad was causing it to be choppy. So I'm trying to get my microphone set up so that I can use it with the iPad, and hopefully that'll help things out too.
Yeah.
Hopefully these helped out with that also tonight. You know,
Yep.
we'll see. We're still working through some, little things here and there. So,
That's right.
But hey, sadly enough, that might have been the key to tell us this a little bit. We've run over.
We've
We've
gone
actually
over
run
it.
over about 12 minutes. So
We do it every week.
I know. And I do want to touch on, basketball. For those that don't know, basketball started Monday night, and I watched the game against New Hampshire. And yes, I know it was New Hampshire. I get it. I understand that. I know we haven't played a big name team yet. I get that. But I'll be honest with you. I was impressed with the way that these players, just seemed to gel. I mean, I don't know. It was like they had been playing for decades together. And I know this is the time. This is the era of the portal. I get that. I understand it.
It's different from basketball though, because I'm going to tell you why I say that. This is just opinion.
Mm-hmm.
These basketball players, they play AAU.
Yep.
High school, so they're used to playing with different people like that.
Right.
Totally different than football. Totally different. So that portal, I mean, hey, bring
and
them
I'm
in.
gonna tell you, and I interviewed Greg Buckner some time ago, back when I was writing with the Clemson Junkies, and I'm not sure if he'd be able to or be up for it, but as we get closer or get further into basketball season, I may reach out to him and see if he could join us for on a Sunday night, because I know he's coaching with the NBA, and it may not work out, but I'll reach out to him. It was because I will reach out to him anyway, because I will tell you, it was really interesting to see Ace Buckner wearing his dad's jersey number as a Tiger, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome just to see that name Buckner.
I know. I mean, it just, it made you feel good.
Jersey. Yeah. Can't beat it.
Well, let me say that for all of us old guys that remember, the Greg Buckner that we had at Clemson, man, that was.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I knew I can get my buddy that played with him to get on there. Big O Harold Jameson. He'll do it. And I think we got Harold on a couple times. Wouldn't it be cool to have Harold and Greg both?
Oh, dude. I agree. I totally agree. Hey, we're just getting started, and I know we've talked already about trying to get some of these guys on here. And we, after we get our footing together and stuff, we'll be looking at that. All right, so you tell me, what's your score prediction for Friday night? Who could believe we're playing football? You realize I may be in Central Pageland if I have to go with the escort the East Clarendon football team in the playoffs on a night that we're playing Louisville.
Wow. I know, right?
So,
well, man, look here. I'm just gonna say, man, we're gonna lose.
Look,
just to keep that mojo going, hey.
Well, and see what everybody else doesn't know is Craig and I had this conversation before this podcast, and he had already told me that he was going to pick them to lose just so we'd win. All right,
that's right.
All right. Jeff posted another one. BB's team looked good. Good point, Craig. Easier to blend newcomers in basketball, and he said
Ace Buckner. Yep.
Oh yeah, man. It's like you said, Buckner 21 is just
Love it, man. Hey, and he's been playing really well. So that's
Yeah.
exciting.
And Jeff says Friday nights for high school, no college football. Thanks, ACC. I agree, man. I totally agree. We get it.
Yep. Hey, you know what? We might have to bring old Jeff on.
I was thinking that, man. Look here, I think he'd be a good, addition, man.
Yeah, we might have to bring him on for a segment.
Yeah, put a face to the number one fan, man.
That's right. I like that.
Yeah, I've told you, I've known Jeff for years. I grew up with Jeff. Got his youngest son his driver's license, and
awesome.
Good people, man. He really.
Hey, you got two of my girls' driver's licenses.
That's right. I sure did. I have. You're right. I ain't thought about that, man. I'm getting old.
Hey, man, look here. This is our podcast. Go ahead and throw out some of that. Some free advertising.
Well, look, I mean, hey, I can tell you, I've thought about kind of advertising with us since and I may do that. I don't know. As we get closer and as we get further in, we're 11 episodes in, man. It's hard to believe we've made it to 11 episodes.
I know.
I am having a blast.
Hey, me too. But Freddie, just think about how much fun it's going to be when we get back to winning.
I know, right? Oh man, we had to have looked like two of the sourest people in the world for a couple weeks here.
Look here, I'm not gonna lie. I knew I was last week.
Well,
man, look here. I ain't used to this. I felt like a little kid again.
I know. Well, we probably look like the Muppets on the balcony up there. Just
that's right.
Spouting.
Man,
but, well, I'll tell you, I expect us to win Friday night. I'm going to go with 24-21 Tigers.
I think it's going to be a close game too.
I do. I really believe that. And hey, a win's a win, man. That's all that's going to matter.
I don't care if it's 2-0.
Exactly.
If we win 2-0, that means our defense did incredibly well.
Exactly right. Our defense did better than we thought they would.
That's right. So your score predictions 24-21?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm riding that wave with you, Freddie. And this is how I'm gonna handle my prediction this week.
Okay.
I feel like offense, whether Cade plays the whole game or not, our offense is going to click. And look here, kudos to Riley for being more aggressive with the play calls.
Yes.
I'm hoping we stick with that. But my fearless prediction is this: defense rises to the occasion. And I'm not, I don't want to say the words that Clemson wins, but I'm just going to say we're going to lose the game.
Hey, look here.
Reverse psychology.
Look, as long as you're getting us wins, I'll take it.
I'm scared. I'm scared to predict a win again, man.
I understand.
I want to. I'm just going to say.
Just think about this.
These are words.
We didn't win until you picked the game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And Jeff says Hauser for the win. Hauser with the game winner.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I'll take it too.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't looking at it that way. I was kind of hoping that we would win, but it wouldn't be a last second field goal. So hey, win's a win, and
that's
at the end of the day, that's what matters in this game of football that we all love.
That's right. And I hope that somebody that might be a family member or a player, somebody on Clemson's defense, just remember Craig Vaughn is saying the defense is going to rise to the occasion and win this football game in Derby City. And look here, they need to go in there and be like Secretariat, Triple Crown winner.
Yep.
Won the Kentucky Derby. Preakness and Belmont, and he's said to be the greatest athlete of all time. That he was fast and had the biggest heart that they'd ever seen. So that's our defense. Our defense is gonna be Secretariat in Derby City.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it. All right, y'all. It's been a great night. Remember, if you like what you saw, let us know. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a dime. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. You're in, and you can like the video. You can share the video. We don't have any issues with anybody sharing the video. You can also go to our Facebook page, Tiger Talk with some Clemson gentlemen. And, send us a friend request. We've gotten a few more friend requests this week. So, hey, keep them coming, man.
Come on.
Jump on board. This bandwagon has plenty of seats. I promise you.
And I want to throw one more thing out there, Freddie.
Okay.
Me and Freddie are not experts. We're not football, basketball, baseball experts. I have coached some. I've coached little kids, teaching them in basketball and baseball both. But we're not experts. Mm-hmm. We do this because we love to discuss anything and everything Clemson. We're fans of college football, but we're fanatic fans of Clemson sports, and we just like being able to talk about it and enjoy these conversations. We don't claim to be experts, and we're not. So if somebody's watching us for the first time or whatever, don't think that we think we're know-it-alls, because we're far from that. We just are Clemson dudes talking about the game and how we gonna fix it, even though armchair quarterbacks.
There you go, man.
Here's my arm right here. I'm in my armchair.
There you go.
That's what we are. But we're just having fun and enjoying it, win or lose. We're circling the Paul too.
I want to make sure that I clear up one thing. Last week, I used somebody's name in a comment that I did not intend for it to be said that way. I did not intend, because I did not get the information that I was using from that person. And I want to make sure that I clear that up. I'm glad you brought that up, because we're just two guys talking football and talking Clemson sports in general. Having a blast doing it. And, hey,
I'm sipping on a little bit of Fireball while we do it.
Well, I'm sipping on my choice of Dr. Pepper all the time, man.
There you go.
Hey.
But this is fun. I just want anybody that's listening to this, I don't want y'all to think that we're sitting back here laughing and joking and think that we're know-it-alls, because we're not. We just know. I'll tell you what we do know. We know we love Clemson, and we want to see them win we don't want to see them lose nothing.
Exactly.
But that's what we're all about.
Well, brother, until the next time, which will be next. We will not push the date of our podcast up since the Clemson Tigers.
That's right.
There's up. We'll just have 2 more days, or a day in between when
that's right.
Our normal. So we'll see y'all next Sunday at 7:00. Hopefully y'all all tune in. I would love to see more people on this line, because if y'all don't realize it, we can see the comments on the right hand side of the page, and Jeff has got like all of them. And hey,
appreciate you, Jeff, by the way.
Yeah, we do. I'm not trying to throw you out there, Jeff. I am. I'm hoping that somebody else will. I'm hoping somebody else will go, you know what? I don't like Jeff getting all the credit for this stuff. I need to put some stuff out there too.
No, but
all right, buddy.
Jeff, appreciate you, man, throwing some comments and questions out there.
Exactly.
Appreciate that.
Yep. All right, y'all. Like I said, until next time, remember, go Tigers all the time.
Hey, and remember also, you're loved.
Amen. Amen.